Now I will present you a feature that will allow you to onboard merchant to your BTCPay server while getting paid for that. So our basic observation is that Bitcoin is spreading locally via what we call ambassadors, kind of local community managers that have the ability to directly evangelize people in person. So other term I heard about is like the Bitcoin army. We have that all over around the world, and basically the feature I want to present you is aimed to help those Bitcoin soldier or those ambassadors. Imagine that you have your own BTCPay server and you want to allow people to join it and getting paid for that. How does it work? So in server settings, you will see that there is a new menu here that is called Monetization. And when you arrive at this page, it's not set up. So let's try to set up to see what's going on. When you set it up, it will create a default subscription. So if you didn't see the video about subscription, I advise you to look at it. Either now or later, but it will be clearer for you how it works. But if I proceed, it will create a new subscription and new users will become subscriber of this subscription. And it will also create a BTCPay server account that will be enabled or disabled depending on the status of their subscriptions. So let's say, for example, I will just keep the default. So there will be only one plan. You can change that later, but by default, there will be only one plan, a starter plan with a trial period of 7 days, and it will be on my store A. I just created it, and I proceed. So first thing, you need to configure, make sure that your server settings are configured, because when you activate monetization, the access to new account will require the user to confirm their email. So it means that your server email need to be configured. So I will do that now. So on here, it's a test. So I have this button, magic button, use MailPit, but on your side, you will need to put Gmail or whatever, configure your SMTP. And that's basically done. So now if I come back here, you see everything is set up. I'm ready to roll. So now you see there is this button, go to offering, and it will go to your offering that we just created for you. So there is a default one. As I said, by default, here it will be 10 USD. It will be for 7 days. And if I go to the edit page of this plan, you will see that, interestingly, there is one feature, and this feature, it say that anybody that subscribed to this plan can access BTCPay server. Of course, you can remove this if you want. Let's see what happens if I create a new user to my server right now. So imagine that a new person come on your server, he will go to create your account here. And you will see that now there is a new page. Normally there is a register page, but now it's like what I call a checkout plan page. It say, okay, you have a starter plan. Here you can open it with his mobile if you want the same page, and he can enter his email. So I will say guest.email.com. I will call it 123 because I'm not sure if I already created the guest somewhere. So let's proceed to trial. And because there is a trial, there is nothing else to do actually. Like this account has been created, and an email will be sent directly to the user. So if the guest go to see, he has this email, and he can confirm his email by clicking here. So I will open it on this page rather, and I will create it here. Okay. Boom. So now you see that my guest has created a new store, which is pretty cool. And if I go here, you can see that I have one subscriber in my subscription that is guest 123. And the interesting thing is that the state of this account is synchronized with the state of this subscription, which means that imagine that you want to suspend access here for whatever reason. And for example, he's abusing. If he refresh here, you will see we'll get kicked out directly. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I will just allow access back and say guests 123. Okay, and connect again. And the interesting part is as well, you can decide, for example, to remove access to this plan and create a new plan. So for example, the first time the user, you might want to decide in your installation that the first time the user, you might want to say the first time the user create an account, then he cannot really log in. You need to kind of upgrade to a new plan. Or maybe you started to sell your server and you want to create a new plan and you want a way to allow people to upgrade to this new plan. So it's kind of a advanced situation, but just to show you that we thought about that. So imagine that I create a premium plan that is $100. And I say you can access, of course, and I create it. And for the starter plan, right now I'm not too fan of this cheap plan anymore. So I can say, okay, I want to disable access to those people with this plan. And I want to give the capability to upgrade. So if I do this and I do save, and I refresh here, boom, he's kicked out. When he tries to come back, what will happen is that he will be granted to upgrade to the new plan. So one thing to know is that if he already paid for the starter plan and maybe is at the middle of the starter plan, he won't have to pay the full amount. Actually, he will be reimbursed on the part that he didn't use yet. And if he go and proceed to secure payment, because now there is, as you can see, there is no trial period for the premium, you need to pay. And boom. And then I will also mine a block to activate his accounts. And now you can see that here is activated again. So if you come back to here, gmail.com, okay, he will be able to connect again to his server because he's on the premium plan. Last thing I want to show you is in the accounts here, you will see in manage accounts, I added a new place, a new menu that is called manage billing. So it's for your user to manage his billing. And when you click here, it will go see the subscription portal that I already presented inside the subscription video, where he can prepay if he want to see what happened in the past. Basically manage his subscription. Last thing that is quite useful, I think, is so let's mark it as a test account. I will fake that the user arrived around the payment reminder date. So imagine there is 3 days before the period expire. What's happened? So if you click here, okay, we'll move. You see that your user will receive a new email that looks like this with a link to. So I will copy the link here. It brings him back to the portal where he can pay for the next period. And of course, all of those mails are customizable inside your offering. So you got inside your offering, you can mail. And here by default, there is those 2 emails rules. So there is only 2 mails that are sent. 1 mail that is sent when the subscription is expired, and 1 mail that is sent when there is a payment reminder for your subscription. Of course, you can click edit. You can customize how the mail looks like. You can see the code. So here, code view. So here you do whatever you want. You can see there is nothing magic here. It just sends the user back to the billing page. And if your user is not logged in, then it will ask to log in. And don't worry, if your user is disabled, he will still be able to access the billing portal to top up their accounts. And that's about it. So there is lots of things that we want to do in the future. A feature that that has been really asked for is the ability to charge the user per, for example, if the user has a volume of $1,000, charge 1% of it at the end of the month. So this is not developed yet. Right now, it's only periodical payments, but that's something I want definitely to do. There is other thing that I want to do for later. For example, adding permissions, like adding a store limitation, so that your user can only create one store. So more features basically for your users and your plans. And that's about it. Oh yeah. No, there is one more thing that I want to show you. Actually, there is one more thing. So imagine that you have your server right now. When you activate monetization, actually it doesn't migrate existing user. So it gives you the time to configure your plan as you see fit before pushing it to your current users. And when you think that the time is good to migrate your user to this new offering and ask them to pay for it or to ask them to join the trial, you go to this page, you see there is migrate existing non-admin user. You click on that and you can select which plan to send them to. So let's say starter plan. You can click on proceed, and this will basically migrate all your existing users to this new system. So they will be part of the plan. Depending on the plan features, they will be able to log in or not. If they need if there is no trial period, they will need to pay. And that's about it. I think you enjoy it. Maybe last thing is that in some case your store image settings are not using the server image settings, so you need to configure that as well, but it's not the case here anyway. It's very easy to figure out. And I hope you will like it, and I'm waiting for your feedback on that. Lots of people have been very excited, and I am too, because it has been now 4 months I'm working on that every day, so I'm pretty tired of it, and now I'm looking forward to see what you're going to do with it. Bye.